about sleep, man, and it's about stress. See, if your adrenals are out of whack because you're not getting enough sleep and you're under a lot of pressure, then you can do all the workouts in the world and take all the perfect vitamins and eat like a king, but you're freaking out. And so guess what? Stress is a very powerful, cortisol-raising, body-crushing thing. So man, and these people, they want to win, they want to fight, they want to make the most money, they want to have power, they want all these things in this little short life. And by the way, there's this thing called yin and yang. If you want to be young and you want to feel good and you want to be injury-free and you want a rockin' sex drive and you want to sleep like a rock, then you got to get your stress and your sleep under control, which means when you go to bed at night, when I go to bed at night, I am out. I am out in a minute. I mean, head hits the pillow. You can ask my girlfriend, she looks at me like, holy crap. It's because I turn that stuff off. I understand that sleeping is healing. So if I have disrupted sleep or my sleep is filled with all kinds of angst and anxiety from my day before or my day ahead, then I'm not going to get the healing power from my sleep that I need. So I write it down. Before I go to bed, I write all my stuff down. So now it's on a piece of paper. It's not in my brain, which is screwing with my sleep.
So the typical American gets up, eats breakfast cereal, his blood sugar goes up, his or her blood sugar goes up. Then it comes crashing down because the pancreas pours out insulin. It comes crashing down, they get this fatigue, and then they feel like they need to eat something, so they'll have a donut or something. And it shoots back up again, and they spend their whole day with their blood sugars going up and down like this, and their pancreas is pouring out insulin. And so they end up with elevated blood sugars, and they end up with elevated insulin levels. And the thing about elevated insulin is that when your insulin levels are elevated, you cannot tap into your fat stores. You cannot burn body fat.
And we live in this country where yes, there's a mass of processed, crappy, junk, chemical-laden foods, but you don't have to eat that. You can go to your local grocery store. You don't even have to go to a Whole Foods or a health food-oriented store. Just go into your local grocery store. Go to your Vons or your Ralph's or your Publix. They've got a massive produce section in there, full of colors that we were talking about, right? All of the great fruits and vegetables and all those things that are the stuff of life, There's no reason in this country not to be eating well.
So, you look at the biological aging clock. If you want to speed it up, you eat fat, sugar, salt, foods that are loaded with chemicals. You're eating out of boxes and bags. You're an unconscious eater. You just sit down and eat whatever. The double cheese pizza covered in pepperoni, right? Eat that whole thing. Maybe a double cheese chimichanga, maybe some bacon on top of that. I mean, you just eat purely because you're addicted to fat, sugar, salt, and chemicals, like so many people in this country. Their aging clocks are spinning as a result of making these lousy food choices. And on top of that, they're not exercising. So it's a double whammy. Now, if you choose, because it is about you, it's always been about you and it always will be about you. If you choose, without any help from anybody else, healthy whole foods, foods high in fiber, free-range chicken, wild fish, grass-fed beef, tons and tons of veggies, lots of salads, things that your great-great-great-grandparents ate before everything was processed. And then you add with that proper, nice variety of fitness and exercises that involve Pilates and yoga and weight training and cardio and intervals and everything, right? Because you're trying to avoid boredom, injuries, and plateaus. That way you can be consistent. It's about consistency as much as it is about intensity. And so then that aging clock begins to slow down. Now at 55 years old, I don't know, I think I'm doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying? Because I've never been healthier, I've never been fitter, I've never felt better, I'm in a good mood all the time, which is, I meet people and they'll say, are you always like this? And I'll think, yeah, I kind of have been for about the last 20 years. Because I just make good choices. I make healthy choices, which slows down the aging process, slows down that aging clock. And, and that's what I plan to keep doing. So, it's about you. You have those options.
And if they would just take time out and stop this cycle of up and down, up and down, up and down, and start doing things that would even out their blood sugars, within a week, at the most 2 weeks, they would lose their cravings for all these high sweet, high sugar foods. And they would start eating healthier stuff. And then they would start feeling better. They would have more energy. And this would energize everything they do. Then they would feel like getting up and moving. They'd feel like going to the gym. They'd feel like having sex more often.